Join us on a virtual field trip of Round 1 in San Francisco. This is the Fanboy Cantina. Round 1 is located at Stonestown Galleria in San Francisco, California. This amazing place is a massive entertainment complex. To get started, let's first go to the counter where we can pick up a game card and load it accordingly. You can also go to one of these stand-up kiosks as well. The first thing you'll notice are the rows upon rows of crane games. There are so many crane games, and I would say better than average prizes, though they are quite challenging. There are, for some of these games, as you can see here, this guy is going to point to a sign up at the top. There are little X marks to suggest, where to go or how to best try to win that particular toy, but nonetheless, they are quite challenging.
Oh. It's not going to go down. Oh. Go.
If you're a parent, if you've got kids, I would suggest keeping an eye on their credits, right? Using their credits for these crane games because they are quite challenging for kids and adults as well. So do keep an eye on that. There are some unique games. I hadn't seen this one before where you got to get the light on the red dots and then that knocks down an arm, and hopefully you knock down enough arms where that toy falls down. So despite the many L's that I captured here on video, we did actually win several toys. So they can be won, they can be quite challenging, but really cool toys. Now let's move on to the ticket redemption games. So this is games like skee ball where you play the game, you earn points, and you get tickets in return. Now those tickets are loaded onto the card, so that makes it easier for redemption. There's some unusual games like this. This is beer pong, essentially. Lots of fun to walk around and see the different types of games, many of which I have never seen before. This game is a particular favorite for me, and it's also the first time I've ever gotten 15 runs or 15 points in this particular game. So that was pretty cool. Now let's move on to the ticket redemption area, or the victory zone, and I gotta say there are some cool and unique prizes. Certainly you've got your traditional, candies and other kind of small toys, but some actual cool and unique items that you would want to win that would be really quite cool to have. Now let's move on to the arcade games. So at Round 1, it tends to be the more interactive or competition-based games. So you've got the shooting games, you've got a wide range of driving games as well. There's also some other games that I have never seen before that I believe are Japanese imports, and I look forward to checking those out at a future visit. Now, let's talk about budgeting and planning for a little bit. If you're a family and you've got little kids, you might want to consider having one single game card and then you yourself managing that accordingly, the spending down of the credits. And it's also helpful to, keep an eye on the kids as well. But if you've got more grown-up kids, or you're there with your friends, or you're out on a date, you might want to have an individual card for every person. And then you could still come together and play some of these shared, competitive games together. There are incentives for loading more money onto these cards, so do consider your budgeting accordingly. Round 1 also has bowling, billiards, and karaoke or karaoke. To do that, you can check the availability at the guest counter. The prices are shown on the screens behind the counter. You can also go to round1usa.com for the locations and pricing nearest you. This video was taken on an early afternoon on a weekday during the holidays, so not particularly busy, which was great. Towards the side here, you'll see the party rooms where karaoke is available, and I believe the billiards are towards the back. Finally, let's talk about food and drinks. I didn't partake of either, though I look forward to trying them on a future visit. There is a bar on site at Round 1. This is a great idea for, taking a break from the video games or whatever you're playing and having a nice refreshment of some kind. There are burgers and Japanese food on the menu. Round 1 is a Japanese company, and so that shows up in the menu and some of the other unique touches of Round 1. I had a great time at this Round 1 in San Francisco. I have been to some of their other locations as well. Also had a great time there. Highly recommend you check out the Round 1 nearest you. For more information, go to round1usa.com. Thanks so much for watching. Please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. This has been the Fanboy Cantina.